Good morning. I wanted to come up and give you an update, and there's something I need to get off my chest. So, I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back. Just a quick update. I weighed in last night, and that makes it day 229 that I've been keto only, which means keto, no exercise. 7 months and 16 days. And I lost 1.4 pounds. If you'll remember last week, I gained 2 pounds for, lady issues. So I'm back down to 1.4 pounds. Not as much as I'd hoped, but it's still down, so I'm not knocking it or anything. But that makes it my total for total weight loss of 83.6 pounds. Not at my 100-pound goal yet, but I'll get there. And if I don't get there by my birthday, I'll get there soon after. It's all good. Okay, so I wanted to make this video. It's been on my mind for at least a week here. I had somebody comment on my video here last week, I guess, week before that, saying that I should eat keto. No, let me say, I should eat clean keto, because what if somebody was to watch my video and stall? And I explained to him that I didn't eat clean keto because that was my journey. My journey was not to only eat clean stuff because, well, one, I can't afford it, and it just, there's things that I allow on my keto journey that a strict clean keto person would not. And then if I did that, then I would start to feel deprived. Some people can eat straight clean keto, go through it and be fine. Can afford it, can eat it, and not feel deprived. And I'm happy for them. I wished I could do that, but I can't. So, for me to come on and say, this is how you have to eat because somebody may stall, that's not right. It's not honest, because I don't eat clean keto, so I'm not going to come on here and say I do. And if you've watched my videos, you know that I may show a product or something, like when I did the Carb Quick. It's not clean keto. It's low carb. But when I showed that video, I even said, this is not clean keto. This is what I consider dirty keto. And I will, I will let you know that if you do clean keto, then this is probably not for you. But my journey is not for everybody. My journey is for me. There are other people who can do my journey, but they will do it in their own way. And they should. And that's the whole point. Keto is not just this, and this, and that's it. It's not one box, and it all fits in neatly. We are not all the same. So our diets should not all be the same. I've got a friend who called me a couple of days ago, and she told me that she's starting keto tomorrow. I don't know if she did or not, but she had said it, and she probably did. Usually she says she's going to do something and she'll do it. Her journey is going to be different than mine. She has different issues than I do. If you watched one of my other videos when I first started, like I've been doing this for years, the video was titled "What do you do when somebody calls to say goodbye?" That was her. She called me. She was literally at death's door. She's been battling with lupus for forever. She has Crohn's disease, and just her autoimmune system is just shot. And she's got other things going on, and the doctor really gave her, one of this, because of her immune system is so bad. When she when she caught the flu here, if y'all been watching the news, this flu that went around was bad. It was, literally killing people. That, more people than normal, and it was horrible, and she caught it. And the doctors basically told her that, she could take this medicine, this, whatever it is, I can't think right now. But, here was the problem. If she didn't take it, she was very likely going to die. If she did take it, because of her immune system, she could very well die. And so she chose not to take it, I believe. And she called me, and she wasn't expecting to make it past the weekend. And it was hard. I love this woman. I've been friends with her since, we were in school, going to art class together. And she was called to tell me goodbye, but she made it through it, and she's still pushing on. So she called me to tell me that she was going to start keto, and I'm just so relieved, and to know that she's going to be in this world for a little bit longer. The world is actually in a better place because of her. She's such a giving person. But anyway, here I am rambling again. She's going to start keto. But because of her medical issues, what she can eat and what she can't eat is different than what I can and can't. And so, her journey is different than mine. Everybody's journey is different. But that doesn't mean that everybody's journey is in this, has to fit in the same box, because it can't. If that was the case, it wouldn't work. And that's why a lot of these other diets don't work. It's because, you put them in a box, and it has to be this, and you start feeling deprived, and you can't have this, and you have to have this, and if you're hungry, they'll tell you eat a celery stick, which it's just that doesn't satisfy what your brain is wanting, and what your stomach is wanting, and what your body is wanting. Eat a carrot stick. Well, that just it just doesn't do it. And with keto, it's not for everybody, but it does amazing things, and it's more satisfying. And I think that's why it works for a lot more people than other diets. It's because it is actually satisfying. But lost my train of thought. That's why I wrote notes. But I started this channel to let people know that keto is not just this. You know, some channels will let you know that. I watch this one lady sometimes, and she literally, her plate was like meat and butter. And I'm not talking just a pat of butter. I mean, she had a good half a pound of butter on her plate that she was eating. And I can't do that. And I don't see why other people, but that's her journey. And then I see other people that eat, you know, straight clean keto. They make it simple. Proteins and fats and no carbs. But they also do no vegetables and, you know, no salads. And I can't do that. That's her journey. That's not my journey. My journey means that I can eat my proteins. And my proteins are not grass-fed. I can't afford that. My proteins are chicken and pork and steak and, you know, mostly unprocessed. I do bacon and pepperoni sometimes. And sometimes I do lunch meat. I don't do much processed. But every time I do, I always check the carb count. And I always get, you know, if something if I pick up something and it has more than, you know, 3 carbs per serving, I, you know, really consider putting it back. When I buy things, they have really low carbs. I don't do the grass-fed butter. We do generic butter, but it's still real butter. It's not margarine. You know, everybody goes on about the Kerrygold butter, and yeah, I have bought it, but that's not what we normally buy. We buy generic butter, and here's the thing: it's still good butter. It may not be the grass-fed butter. It's still good butter, and you know. We buy coconut oil, and you know, we buy other oils, but they're most of the time they're generic stuff. And yeah, there are other products that are better, and if you can afford them, then get them. You can't afford them, you do what you got to do, but. One of the reasons I started this channel was to let people know that you don't have to buy everything that's grass-fed. You don't have to. Keto doesn't have to be expensive. And I think that's one of the things that people look at and say, well, I can't afford grass-fed, or I can't afford this, and I can afford that. Can you afford can of tuna? Can of tuna. Mayonnaise, you know, get you some pickles, and, you know, eggs. They don't have to be free-range, cage-free or whatever. You buy what you can afford, but what you buy, just make sure that it is low carbs, and that there are certain ingredients that are not in there. And, you know, then you can go on and you can lose what you need to do. Your body can be healthy. And that's why I started this channel, to let everybody know that you don't have to be rich to do keto. And also that somebody my size can do keto. They have options besides weight loss surgery. keto doesn't, keto doesn't have to be clean. It'd be nice if it can, but you can't always afford to be clean. And if I find something that doesn't work for me, the beauty of keto is that I can change it. If I was to go on and find that dairy didn't work for me, that I would have to, and when I say dairy, I mean cheese and stuff, that it was causing me to stall. Lord, please don't let that be the case. I love cheese too much. Then I could adjust it to where I'm not doing cheese and be fine. But it doesn't, so I'm not giving up the cheese. In fact, if I find, I might. I don't know what I would do if I find out that cheese made me stall. That would be a really sad day. But when you're doing keto, the thing is just keep it simple. The main things I do is no wheat products, meaning no flour, breads, anything made of wheat I try to stay away from. No sugar products, and that's hard to do, hard to stay away from. No corn products, and that's something else. Corn is in everything, whether it's corn oil or corn syrup. It's in everything. But those are the main things that I do try to stay away from. I do artificial sweeteners. And, if I find, and I notice that I'm naturally cutting back on it. Not consciously, but I am naturally cutting back on artificial sweeteners too. But, if I found out that didn't work, then I would change up things, I keep my carbs low. The only carbs that I do mostly come from vegetables. And I do eat a lot of vegetables. We have salads most every night. Or, I made a pot of soup here. Chicken vegetable soup. We do eat a lot of vegetables. And for me, if I couldn't eat vegetables, then this wouldn't be the right diet for me. I love salads. In fact, there's some nights that I crave salads. So I'll have a salad. But it's just that, I don't know where I was going with this. What I'm trying to get across is keto is not, is not strictly clean. If somebody tells you that, and I have had people tell me, or I've had somebody tell me that because I was not eating clean keto, that I was not eating keto. That's not right. I can't afford the grass-fed stuff. I can't afford the, organic everything, and I wish I could. But the fact is, you don't have to still be able to lose on keto and to become healthier. Things change, then yeah, maybe that will change too. But for right now, it is what it is. And the whole point of this channel is to let people know that you don't have to eat organic and whole everything to still lose weight and be healthy. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. I think I've run on long enough, and keto is, I don't know where I'm going with that. They just cut that out. Anyway, keto on. Bye.